Hello, AP Computer Science. This is a setup video to go along with Unit 4.4, and these are instructions that you'll need to follow once. We're going to give collaboratory access to our Google Drive. You can decide between doing that with your school account, where you would then have to be very careful in collaboratory to not delete or alter any school files that were important to you. Or for safety, if you wanted, you could do this in a new Gmail and Drive account that you create just for this purpose. So whatever Gmail account you're logged into, step one is open our Notes 4.4 reading from files. Inside these notes, please run the first cell, and if it asks for any permissions, you will have to go through a little bit of clicking yes and agreeing to terms of service. I've already done that, so I can't repeat that process on video. Then, on the left, we're going to click on this folder icon, and when we select this folder icon, Files, I like to use this rectangle to move it over to the right. I think that's a little more convenient. You will either see Drive or you will see Content. If you have a folder named Content, click the triangle next to it, and within Content you will see a folder named Drive. If you directly see a folder named Drive, click the triangle. It's not a double click, it's just a click. Click My Drive. We have to wait a little bit of time for it to load. Find your Collab Notebooks, and I'm about to right-click on Collab Notebooks and choose New Folder inside Collab Notebooks. I just created a new folder inside of my Golden Collab Notebooks folder in my Google Drive, and I can rename this to File Resources. Please use the exact same title and the exact same capitalization, all lowercase. And I now have a folder in my Collab Notebooks folder named File Resources. Here it is. Inside this folder, I'm going to create 4 files. So this time I'm not going to choose New Folder. I just right-clicked on File Resources. I'm not going to choose New Folder. I'm going to choose New File. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to give these very specific names. I'm going to name the first one Sample. I'm going to check the notes to get an exact match just a moment. Sample1.txt. I'm going to rename the second one to, this does run a little slowly, I'm going to rename the second one to sample2.py. I'm going to rename the third one to sample3.txt. And I'm going to rename the fourth to collection.py. Again, you need an exact match, capitals, lowercase, and everything. Now I'm going to open sample1.txt by double-clicking it, and it's an empty file. But in our notes, there's some content I'd like you to copy-paste into it. And it's in this cell that says sample1.txt with the following contents. I'm going to highlight and copy and paste. There's no need to save, it saves automatically. I can go back to Files. I'm going to choose sample2.py, and I'm going to highlight and copy and paste. I'm going to go back to Files. Sample3.txt is actually going to stay empty. Sample4.py, collection.py, I'm going to open. I'm going to highlight everything in collection.py, which is given here in our notes. And once again, I'm going to copy and paste. And we are now set up. We are now finished. I would like to show you what you've done by going to my own Google Drive. Just be sure everything here is saved. Yes. And I'm going to go ahead and go to my own Google Drive. And inside my Golden Collab Notebooks folder, there it is. We now have a folder that we just made named File Resources. And inside this folder that we made named File Resources are the files we just created. Sample1.txt is a text document with these contents. Sample2.py is a Python program with this code. And collection.py is a Python program with quite a bit of code. And in our class, we will talk about what we will be doing with this. Thank you.